And the player with the Badoo is going first. See a nest ball here. We have no idea what the matchup is, so I'll put the prediction up once we know what the matchup is. But we don't know what the matchup is. I see dark energy, though. I thought I saw... That's a fire? Maybe a fire Pokemon. Alright, I started up our prediction. They're on EX. Oh, Zorua. Alright, so it is a Zoroark deck. Oh, it's probably Darmanitan. It did look like a non-rule box stage 1 fire Pokemon. It's probably Darmanitan. And there is our... So the end Zoroark deck is literally just like a spread deck. It literally is like a spread deck. When is Tord playing? Tord's playing right now. Which one should I bet my Bulu's on? I mean, one of them opened Ursaluna, so... I would bet against Ursaluna. Alright, this looks like the Ogerpon deck. This looks like the Ogerpon box deck. I can't tell what the supporters are. Well, oh, Crispin, okay. And one of them is boss. I did know the back one is boss, I'm sure. Dude, I feel like every time I say that, though, about a full art supporter, I'm wrong. This looks like it has to be a Squawkabilly angle, unfortunately. I don't see how you don't Squawkabilly here. The hand's pretty rough. You appreciate the bits there, Trash Brother. Appreciate the 22 mints there, Platinum Waiter. Is the Billy in there? What is the Psychic for in the Ogerpon deck? They play Clefairy to 1-hit KO Dragapult. Yeah. Is there an Arcanine equivalent to check matchups? There might be, but I'm not aware of it for tournaments in Japan. It might exist, though. Oh, we do have a pawn cycle. Wait, what did they grab off the Ultra Ball? Was it just an Ogerpon? No way we're passing, dude. That's so bad. We have nothing else? Okay, we're crispening. Squawkabilly must have been prized, right? Or they just don't play it. They could be just hoping to like not draw so miserable in the opening start. They maybe just don't play Squawkabilly. They're hoping for like a fan Rotom and chill. They don't really need that aggressive of a opening here. What is Zoroark weak to? Is Zoroark weak to grass? This will be interesting because I feel like the Zoroark deck wants to fall behind generally. Like they play the reversal energies and stuff like that. Buddy Poffin get another Zorua. Just one Zorua though. Quite a few bench spaces open as well. I assume that's an Ultra Ball, which I assume is going to get a Zoroark here. We'll get Trade Online. Getting rid of Ends Patch and Boss's Orders there. We go for the Darmanitan. Not a Zoroark. Interesting. We can't use it or anything. And then just into the research. Okay, makes sense. Interesting to go for the Darmanitan over the Zoroark, though. I feel like Zoroark would be the better grab there. It draws cards, but you have a hard chance of finding Zoroark, I'm sure, than Darmanitan. Probably play like 4 Zoroark, 1 Darman, or 2 Darmanitan, so. Just got donked. Best one got me. 6-2. Have no losses left to give. All right. Well, Rahul, how many rounds do you guys have in day 2? Is it 8 rounds? 7-0 from here. I think that's what I think the last one was. It was 7 rounds day 1, 8 rounds day 2. 15 total. So 7-8, yeah. Okay, so you have to go 7-0. Good luck, good luck. You got this. Don't choke. Oh, we actually might have the turn 2 Zoroark attack here. And just copy the Reshiram, just punch this Ursaluna. Because using the Darmanitan seems kind of weak. We'll see, though. Yeah, there's the attachment for turn. So far, it's looking good. I know I just asked this, but I literally forgot. Is Is Zoroark weak to grass? I already asked this and I didn't even look for the chat to respond because I'm sure someone in chat responded. I'm paying attention. It is? Okay. So Ogerpon bops here, right? With triple grass, Ogerpon would KO here. But we're living off the top deck in the cycle. Do we have a way to get the Ogerpon in the active to take the knockout? I feel like getting the KO here would be pretty good as well. Like that'd want to be the thing you do. Does it just pass over though? Yeah, just pass. There's the draw. Here comes the trade. Leaving that last bench space open. I feel like this deck definitely you need to get down double Darmanitan, right? Same as the player on the right. This player actually gave it to me and Tord, and we cooked up the list. Oh, you're playing the pawn deck? The pawn deck? Very cool. The pawn deck is interesting for sure. It's like a toolbox. Honestly, it seems like... So this is what I was saying earlier, and I got sidetracked. I don't know if I was answering a question. It seems like Dragapult is the best deck in the format, but Clefairy allows decks like the Ogerpon deck and other decks to just play it to counter Dragapult, which makes Dragapult like the best deck that is easily counterable. Is what it seems like to me so far from what I've seen. It seems like Dragapult's BDIF, but it's like an easily counterable BDIF. So like it might be one of those things where like the best deck in the format can't actually be played because everyone just like plays decks that beat it, and it's like easy to beat it. But I don't know for sure because we see all these decks with like the Clefairies and stuff. So like they're obviously everyone's respecting Dragapult to a pretty high degree. And it seems like it's pretty hard for Dragapult to keep up with Clefairies bopping, like one-hit KOing them instantly on spawn. Okay, there's just the pass. Not even going to KO the Ursaluna because you have to deal with the Ogerpon. Immediately into draw pass on the other side as well. All right, this is interesting. Very pops Bolt and Bolt. Oh, that's true. It also one-hit KOs the Raging Ball. I didn't even think about that. Yeah. Is Ogerpon box good pre-rotation too? No, probably not because you don't have the Clefairy. I feels like the big part of the deck is the Clefairy. Okay, there's End's Castle. We're just gonna retreat into the Badoo and go into the item lock. Is scared of drawing a prize card. Or no, is scared of taking the knockout and then having the response to the Ogerpon immediately KOing the Zoroark. So just gonna go into the Badoo to probably try and clean this thing up. There we go. Immediately draw pass back on from the Ogerpon player, and we're back over to the Zoroark side of things. Got some trades to work with, of course. We're gonna go through that. Cycle through those. Probably start to build up this second Zoroark, and then probably try and get down another Darmanitan. Or Darumaka, excuse me. Probably want to try and get another Darumaka on the bench here. Because we don't want our lone Darmanitan to get boss KO'd, probably. There it is, Darumaka to the bench. What is Darumaka's second attack to? I forget what it does. And there's the Badoo Punch for 10 more damage. We built up 190 on the active now, so 7 Badoo attacks away from knocking it out. And that honestly might be how the KO happens here. The Ursaluna might get attacked 7 times. Trades are coming in. Got to be careful about not decking out too soon to the point where you have to play an Iono to stop yourself from decking out here from the player on the left, to be honest. As they discard an Iono with a trade here. And they built up quite a hand for sure. And it's probably going to be another Do Punch. Maybe you could wait for like a boss KO on the Ogerpon. Here goes Ultra Ball. Get the second Darmanitan set up. Oh, the list plays Petron. Interesting. Oh, I guess that's maybe good for damage modifier with a Mochi. So you can actually like KO stuff like Ogerpons probably. What else in their stand? Playing Maximum Belt as well. That's another way to KO the Ogerpon. I guess you could push up a Zoroark and attack with Darmanitan to knock out the Ursaluna, and that would force more energy onto the Ogerpon to actually get the return KO. One of the reasons well, I mean, you have to take a KO eventually. You can't just not take a KO here, so you have to do something eventually for sure. Although maybe we're just waiting for boss, right? I guess we could just be waiting for boss because we could go boss. How much damage does the Reshiram do? Is this 170? So plus maximum belt plus boss KO. Max belt Badoo. I don't know about that one. There's the knockout. I feel like if we're gonna take this knockout though, we should have done it sooner. Because now we've given the player on the right here, the Ogerpon player, like 4 or 5 turns of draw before unlocking the items. And now we go Nest Ball for Pheasantipity. Now we have a higher chance of having draw power. And you see how fast he's playing too. He's ready to cook. Pheasantipity in play. There's the draw 3. And the Ogerpon does KO the active here, I believe. Waterpon in hand. Got the Hoots to work with as well. Become Noctowls on a future turn. Honestly, the hand's still looking a little weak, though. I'm not gonna lie. The hand is still looking a little weak. You got the knockout. Like, you have the knockout locked up. Oh, he doesn't have a third grass. You're right. Oh, I didn't even realize that. We're short of grass energy here. Bringing up the Darmanitan. I was like, all right, we got the knockout. We're chilling. But no, we don't. We're not chilling. Oh, we're maybe going with a Sob angle. Retreat the Psychic. And then E-switch to the Waterpon and then Sob block. How much HP does this thing have? Because you could theoretically KO both Darmanitans with Sob block into Snipe, right? Oh, we had the Crystal, so we had the KO. We could have KO, but instead we're going for this Sob block. So we can Sob it this turn. And then next turn we can Gust up the other Darmanitan and then KO both Darmanitans in the same turn, right? That's got to be the play we're going for. And then we take away the Darmanitan option off the board. And then Zoroark, well, they are playing the Maximum Belt. So Maximum Belt will still be available for one more one-hit KO. But then once the Maximum Belt's gone, their way to get multi-prize knockouts will be limited for sure. There's a Power Glass to the Darmanitan. We shouldn't be able to attack this turn. I wonder if the Zoroark decks probably don't play like switch, right? Because you have ends castle, right? You just play the castle. I mean, something like a switch or a Turo could still be. Oh, they have the Petron though. They have the Petron, but the bench is locked. Something like Turo, of course, would still be like a pretty powerful card to include in the deck as well. All right, just pass. Power Glass triggers. Okay, so now we're looking for the KO. I'm sure the play here is to look for double Darmanitan KO, but we'll see what they go with. There's two Noctowl on the bottom of the deck. So finding a boss could be tough here if that's what we're going for. Oh, was that me or is that? It's not me, right? It's a stream. Okay, let's jump back to live. Okay. Crispin happened. Crispin's happening. Waterpon is set up. You could still go for a multi-prize turn, but then you're not killing both Darmanitan, so getting Darmanitan yourself is still a threat. Like you could lose double Hoothoot or something. Oh, just goes for another Sob, just trapping it in the active. What is the attack on the Darmanitan? The first attack. I don't remember what it does. Is it not a threat? The trades are in. Izarua. Damage for each basic energy in your opponent's discard pile. Okay, so not really a huge threat. Another trade. But yeah, I don't think there's anything defined except for. So do you just do 0? So if you have 0 energy, it's not 90 plus, right? It's 90 for each energy. So if you have 0 energy in your discard pile, then the Darmanitan is literally doing 0 damage. Pretty cringe. So you could trap it again for another turn here if you wanted to, if you don't draw it out. Into the Judge. Okay, the Judge. Honestly, that seems decent. Go first. Turn 2 attack plus judge. Pretty chill. We're judging out here. Against the Zoroark deck, it's obviously a little bit less effective. I think it's just going to be it has to be a Sob again, right? Sure, the End's Castle. Here comes a cycle on the pawn. And we can Sob one more time. This will put it up to 120 damage. Oh, we got the counter catcher. Okay, that'll do it. Now we KO double Darmanitan. Now Darmanitan's not an option for the Zoroark player. So it'll be tough to get a 2-prize knockout here. You could... Ooh, I wonder if the Zoroark deck plays Thornton. In this situation, it's not even that good to Thornton into a Darmanitan, but I wonder if they do. All right, Badoo's up. You can get Maximum Belt, though. You could go... Thornton doesn't exist. Oh, sheesh. See, this is how little I think about this stuff. This is like a perfect example of like how little I think about rotation. Like, I don't even know what cards rotate. I don't think about these things literally at all. All I know is like all I do work with is what has happened or what is currently available. So when rotation happens or when the new set comes out, then I'll like think about those things. I would simply play Thornton. I'm built different. True. Yo, that's a good strat. Was we gonna be playing around phantom cards in rotation? No. I don't think that's ever happened to me. Oh, Petron's also like a good attacker, isn't it? All right, we found the maximum belt, so we get another 2 prize cards here. But wait, if we don't have boss for, I feel like there might be a boss in the hand here. And if we have boss KO the grass pawn here, I think we're gonna be in an okay spot here. It might be hard to set up another pawn. Nope, no boss though. So how do we get the last 2 prize cards here as the Zoroark player? Oh, wait, we have the Petron. The Petron is how we do it. The Petron's how we do it. Oh, Petron's broken. What the heck? I literally just mentioned Petron being a good attacker, and then I was like, how do we do this, though? That's tough. What is the play here on the Ogerpon side? I mean, you can hope that they don't find energy, right? Iono was drawn off the prize card, so you could just Iono to 2. You just Iono to 2, and then good to go. Petron or the Poison Tool. True, you could also get Mochi. Mochi plus Dark Energy. What if the best way to play Zoroark is literally just like aggro Zoroark? Like it's just Zoroark, Reshiram, and stuff like that. That could be, I mean, maybe that is just the best way to play the deck. Like Petron, Mochi, Zoroark is the best way to play Zoroark. You don't even play Darmanitan. It's abuse trade. Yeah, the Petron being like that late game attacker. Coming into effect here. If there's the Iono. The Iono is in hand. It's going to draw with Fez first. Maybe looking for some more options to utilize with the Ultra Ball for a Noctowl play, potentially. Another Hoot Hoot. We haven't seen a Noctowl hit the board yet. I mean, the win condition is pretty straightforward here, to be honest, though, for the Ogerpon player. It's just KO active and then boss KO Zoroark off the bench next turn. Or the Petron, I guess, at that point. You have to KO this active Zoroark, or you just lose to the Zoroark KO in a 2-prizer next turn. Is there anything that they play that could make it different? Would Bravery Charm matter? What's the most that thing can hit for? Bravery Charm would matter. Oh, ooh, Ursaluna could matter. Maybe Ursaluna KO Petron is the better play. That could be the play here. And then KO, but then you leave another Zoroark trade available. But I guess how many Gust effects does the Zoroark deck have left would be a question for sure. KO Reshi? No, so taking a 1-prize knockout here is probably too slow every time. Because then you give your opponent 2 turns to like figure out a win con. Isn't Petch a bigger threat? Well, trade finds you cards. It depends how many boss are left and how many energy are left, right? Because if you KO Petron, you leave 2 trades to find boss. If you KO Zoroark, you leave 1 trade to find energy, right? But also, you can also like play research to find energy as well, theoretically. If you go Ursaluna KO Reshi into Briar win, Does the deck play Briar? I guess that would be a question, right? I don't know if the deck plays Briar. Did we see it on the search there? I wasn't paying attention. If the deck plays Briar, then I don't hate that. I don't hate that line. Oh, we're going for the we're committed to the Iono. Ursaluna did get set up here, though. We do see the attachment to the Ursaluna there. If they kill Petch, they lose the Zoroark attack. Not if you attack with Ursaluna, though, because Ursaluna has more HP. It would have to be an Ursaluna attack at that point, though. There's 4 off Iono. I mean, Countercatcher. If we're going to Gust here, we need Countercatcher. Can Ursaluna ever KO the active? Is there any other combination of cards we could draw into where Ursaluna somehow KOs the active? Oh, it's just the attack. So we literally lose to an energy. All right, here we go. Is there an energy on the other side? We just need a dark energy at this point. Dude gets pushed. Draw for turn. Not an energy. I don't see an energy in the hand yet. We have 1 trade to work with. We did get Iono, so maybe shuffling the deck could be beneficial as well. Going to the trade first, getting rid of a Zoroark. We get 2. There's not that many cards left in the deck either. Nest Ball, no energy. Yeah, we could just item lock with Badoo, though, for a turn. We could chill and just item lock with Badoo. Oh. There's a Night Stretcher and a Super Rod left, and a couple Iono and a couple Counter Catchers. There's no boss. I don't think there's a boss left. But of course, does the opponent know that? There's 1 boss in the discard. The second boss is prized. So you'd want to play around the boss here. But theoretically, discard on the Pheasantipity. Makes sense. Makes sense. Theoretically here, as the Ogerpon player, you could try and make the read that boss is prize, and you could retreat to a Hoot Hoot. Now, you do just win with boss here, but you did just get item locked. So if we don't have a boss ourselves... I see a Crispin. I don't see boss. I don't see Noctowl. Okay. But what if we run to Fan Rotom? We open up the out for Counter Catcher. Can we just retreat to a 1 prizer until we draw boss? They both prize the boss. Is that the last boss for both players? I don't know if the Noctowl player hasn't played a boss yet. I think they've Counter Catcher twice. I don't think the Noctowl player has played a boss yet. So they maybe have 1 boss in the deck. So they could like run to a 1 prizer here. Oh, you can't play it. Okay, good catch, good catch. Thank goodness. That'd suck if this game came down to a prize penalty. Maybe you just run to Fan Rotom and pass. What if you just ran to Fan Rotom and passed? Okay, here's the Crispin. We'll get to see the deck here, maybe. 2 minutes left. Is there a boss? Is there a boss? I can't tell. I can't tell. I can't tell. Did we discard a play earlier? A boss earlier? Oh, I didn't even realize you could do that, Jesse. I was like, wait, why did I thought someone timed you out or you got banned or something. I was like, oh, shoot, why'd you get timed out? And I went and saw your messages and you just like, all right, the boss has been found, but this turns on Counter Catcher. Counter Catcher is now active, but we still need an energy as well. We don't need just Counter Catcher here. We need Counter Catcher and energy. Oh no, we have the ends patch in hand. So we don't need... Oh no, but we can't KO anything with the Zoroark. Oh no, wait. Mew's weak to dark. Mew is weak to dark. So we almost have it guaranteed here between the Iono and the trade. To get one of the counter... There's 2 Counter Catchers left in deck. We have Ends Patch and the other thing. What? The Stadium. Ends Castle. I think there's a castle in hand. No, is there not? Oh, we drew into the castle Counter Catcher? But you have to play Counter Catcher first, because otherwise you could discard the Mew. Oh no, Latias is also weak to dark, so you can never get rid of both targets. Oof. Oh wait, we have Petron as well though. We have Petch. That's why it doesn't matter. That's why we pushed the Reshiram. I was actually like confused. I thought we had a castle in hand, but I forgot about Petron's ability. Boom, Counter Catcher brings up Mew. Reshiram knockout. This definitely seems like a favorable matchup for the Ogerpon deck, though, to be honest. I feel like the Ogerpon deck can get ahead on the prize exchange every single time and then can keep it pretty easily, to be honest. I feel like this is definitely a favorable matchup for the Ogerpon deck, but that was such a weird game. And then the end game was super interesting as well. All right.